Hello and welcome back to the O-Snap podcast hosted by us, the duo. If anyone's new here, my name is Vincent.
And I'm Reese, and today we are going to talk about getting
Ghosted.
Oof.
Unfortunately, we've all been a victim in a part of our life or at a certain point of our life of getting ghosted.
We just happen to get ghosted very often.
Whether it's by somebody you're interested in forming a relationship with or being a client with or anything like that, we've all most likely had it happen to us. So,
and man, does it just get me fired up.
It's not fun, but it happens. So
I would like to start off this podcast by saying, Vincent, you look great in that hat.
Thank you. And for anybody wondering about the Dodgers, I have not always been a fan of the Dodgers. My major complaint about them is that they seem to always do great, make it to the World Series, do good the first game or second game, and then choke on the third, and then they're out.
Eyes twitching.
And those are facts, and people who like the Dodgers, sometimes they don't like the facts.
I'm a diehard.
But I will say that their decision with Ohtani, I think will get them another championship.
Diehard over here.
And I think that they will win the World Series this year, without a doubt. And if they didn't, imagine spending $700 million. Now, I know that they didn't spend the $700 million right away, but still, I think they're going to do good. And so we got to be supportive. I mean, come on. And the color's nice.
It took me 6 years to get him to get a Dodgers hat, everybody.
Well.
Anyway, also, if you notice that there's something very beautiful in between us today.
Aha.
Vincent got me roses because I was gone.
She left me.
That doesn't sound good. I went on a little mini girls trip and left him. And when I came home, I had snacks and roses. So, worth it.
Yeah, so the ones that are normally here over there.
Moved.
But I like this. It adds a nice pop.
It's gorgeous.
I think it looks good. So,
gorgeous.
Anywho, today we already said we're going to be talking about being ghosted.
Are we doing any type of recap or no?
We'll get to it if we can. First question are, what are some reasons photographers get ghosted, according to the internet?
Okay. Number one is poor communication.
Did you want to do a recap?
No, I don't like talking about getting ghosted. It gets me fired up. So okay. I'm going to get fired up at some point.
All right.
The recap, we had a great weekend.
Do you want me to go through the list and then we can kind of chomp at each one?
Yeah. Number one's poor communication.
Yes. Failing to respond to client. Don't do that.
If you do that, then I really don't feel bad for you.
Number two is unprofessionalism, like showing up late.
I'm so sorry. Can I say something about poor communication? We have had this happen once before where I'm sure if you own a business, you know this, if you have a Facebook page, there is this little section of the Facebook page called like message requests.
Mm-hmm.
And we have had this happen once where someone was reaching out for us for, I think it was a wedding, and it was before we even did weddings. And it was like 3 months later that we finally saw this. So if this has happened to you where you fail to respond to a client, it's not always your fault.
No.
But if it's an ongoing thing, then I don't feel bad for you for getting ghosted.
Things happen. You mess up.
Shit happens.
Number two, unprofessionalism, showing up late. Don't show up late. Make sure that you allot yourself, a certain amount of time that you think that you'll need so that you'll, be able to show up to your shoot on time.
This is also something that's barely happened to us, but if it has happened, it's literally because there's a car accident.
We've had it more often where our clients will say that they're late.
And we don't care about that. As long as we don't have something stacked, then it's fine. It's a little bit more difficult with Christmas minis, which this year we were so worried about that. And I think 2 of the 4 days we did Christmas minis, there was one person late, but they were the last person of the day.
They worked out perfect.
So it was fine. Sorry, I burped.
I have the cough anyway.
So yeah, but I feel like, okay, so with number 2, unprofessionalism and showing up late, I feel like that's something that you get ghosted after you do a session with them, right? So this isn't like a pre-session
well,
ghost.
poor communication could be that they had reached out to.
Not poor communication. Number 2, unprofessionalism, showing up late. Are you saying that they get ghosted, like they won't hire you again for their next like family photos?
No,
or
but say if Becky had a shoot with us and her friend Samantha wanted to book one with us, Becky could have told her they were 30 minutes late to our shoot, and then that would stop.
Oh, like if we were already in the booking process with Becky.
Yeah, and
or
then
Samantha.
or
whatever.
Samantha, yeah.
Okay, I get you. All right, number 3.
Quality concerns, unsatisfied with quality of work.
Ooh.
That's tough.
That is very tough. But I feel like with that one, okay, so say we're in the booking process with somebody and they're unsatisfied with the quality of our work. I feel like you kind of figured that out prior to reaching out for booking, no?
You should definitely go over the photographer or videographer's work before you even reach out.
Yeah,
That's
because
what
everyone
in-
has
that's
their own
what-
styles.
That's what Instagram, that's what Facebook, that's what YouTube, that's what TikTok is for, so that
The
you
website.
can stalk. This is the time to be a stalker.
Oh, we love stalkers when it comes to our website
Stalk
and our
us.
Instagram.
Yeah, you must stalk us.
Go through everything, look through everything. I feel like it's very important. This is a side note.
DD.
Due diligence.
Due diligence.
I feel like it's really, really important. We've actually had something similar to this happen. Do not book somebody for your event, your photos, that you don't like their work, but you like their prices. It's happened.
It happens way too often, and people do it all
Not
the
to
time.
us. It's only
No.
happened once.
I'm not saying not to us.
Oh,
I'm saying in
in
general, don't go just based off of price. If you find 2 photographers, you find separate photographers, and they have similar kinds of styles and work, and they look very close together, and their prices are way different, okay, then maybe go with a cheaper option. But if you see one and it looks like Aunt Judy took it in 1942, and you have someone with, like, say, our work, maybe it's a little smarter to go with us instead of going with Aunt Judy.
And this isn't even about like an Aunt Judy. It's just the different tones of what people do. So like we have a very specific editing style, which we portray on our social media, on our website, everything. I'm saying if you book with us, okay, so say they book with us, they like our pricing, but then a month before their event or their session, they're like, hey, is there any way that you can edit this completely different because I like this instead? And it's like, well, why did you book us then? You know what I mean? So it's not even about an Aunt Judy type of situation. It's just the different vibe of what you're trying to give off in your photos.
I would like to apologize to all Aunt Judys out
Yeah,
there.
sorry, Judy. I wasn't saying like, because the thing, what I was trying to portray is that we price our work the way that we want to.
Yeah.
But it's not that they're saying, oh, you're super cheap, so I'm going to hire you even though I don't like your stuff. They'll hire us because they like our price point, but then they want something completely different. And it's like, there are other photographers out there that have the same price point
Yeah.
as us that will give you what you want.
That
being
specialize in that specific edit.
That being said, don't ever be scared to ask if your photographer can do other edits because you'd be surprised.
We do it all the time.
We do it all the time.
Yeah.
Not everything you see on our social media is all that we can do.
Correct.
That's a big one. We should do a whole podcast on that.
True.
Okay. Number 4.
Overpricing.
Ooh, this one gets me riled up.
Rates are too high.
All right, can I go?
Sure. Let me start. I'm going to start. She's going to cool down over here for a second. I would say
I am
that,
cool.
if you're on the outside looking in, it can be a little difficult understanding photographer and videographers' prices. Now, some of the reasons why we are priced and other photographers and videographers are priced the way that they are is because of their investment. It's thousands and thousands of dollars in equipment. So that's cameras, SD cards, batteries, lighting, countless other things, laptops, computers, all of that.
Subscriptions.
Along with subscriptions to edit our photos, our videos, and marketing. There's also gas that's included, and it's also us taking time away from our families and things like that as well. And so I think that, a lot of people maybe looking on the outside, they don't see that.
Okay, so what I would have to say about
She's
this,
had time to cool down a little
and
bit
this
now.
is not only about photo and video, but these are all small business owners that provide a service or provide a product. You do not understand based off of talking to somebody, going out and spending, say, our shoots are normally like an hour, spending an hour with them, what work they do behind the scenes to give you the product that you are getting. So, like he said, we have all of the equipment that we have to pay for. That's great. On top of that, we spend an hour with you, but we also spent, say, 3 hours communicating back and forth to you to book this session, to perfect your time, your day, the scenery, the location, everything. So there's time taken out. Then we have an hour for your session. 20, 30, 40 minutes to get to your session. We have an hour with you in person. Then we have to go back home. And then we have, say, 3, 4, 5, 6, depending on what it is, maybe a wedding, 12, 16 hours of working tirelessly to give you the product that you want and the quality that you deserve. And that's what I think a lot of people don't understand. When we tell them our hourly rate, say, or how much we're going to charge for this, it's not just the hour that we're with you or the 5 hours that we're with you. It's like a whole rainbow. And that's the same for every other small business owner. Say you make handmade crafts. You don't know how long it takes to make those.
Yeah.
The amount of time and effort and the all of the tools you need to give you everything that you want. So personally, overpricing prices are too high just does not fly with me.
I would never walk into a small business that sells bread and tell them that their bread's too expensive. Because I understand on how long it takes to make that bread, all the time that they have to do to market that bread, to get customers in, and all of that. So and you would never go to a restaurant, get the receipt, and go, I think this receipt's a little too high.
That being said, I understand that our rates aren't for everybody. Not everybody can afford our rates. Okay, and that's fine, but don't call it overpricing.
No, because we are not trying to compete with a hobbyist photographer. We're not trying to compete with them because we know that their prices are going to be lower because they are hobby photographers. We are full-time photographers and videographers. We do this 24 hours a day, 364 a year.
We're not exaggerating.
The only day we take off is Christmas, maybe. But we invest all of our time to this. We are not hobbyists. We're professionals.
I don't like the term overpricing. And that's not even getting defensive on us. It's
out of budget is fair.
Out of budget's fair.
Sometimes we are out of budget.
But I still don't think that is a reason to ghost.
No, you say thank you for taking your time out of your day to, go over your pricings and give me the quotes and talking me through everything. And just even if it's just simple, thank you. That's it.
I would respect that more.
Yeah.
Or even hey, you never know. If you tell us, hey, you're a little bit out of budget, maybe we can give you a mini package, talk to us. We will be more than happy to work with you. But I just don't like ghosting as it is. I already have my issues with it. But I definitely don't like the term overpricing.
We will do our best to work with you to try to keep you from not using Aunt Judy. Sorry, Aunt Judy, but
Word.
Sorry.
Facts.
Number 5, lack of flow, not checking in with clients after the shoot.
Can I say something about you?
Uh-oh.
So, I'm going to call Vincent out on this one. My favorite thing that Vincent does for this business, he does a lot. But it is prioritizing after we get done with a session, taking 15, 20 minutes out of our day, not with you, to get right on social media and post a sneak peek of some sort of your session so that you know that
you're talking right after our shoot.
Yeah. I mean, when I say that right after you walk away from us, I drive, which is dangerous, but I drive and he's in the passenger seat and he's already going. He's already taken behind the scenes video of you that day. And it just shows the client, oh, we didn't, take your money and do your shoot and we'll just get back to editing whenever we feel like it. Mind is still on you.
Yeah.
And so he gets in the car and he is on it. He is posting those just to remind our clients, like, thank you. We do appreciate you. We loved the time that we had with you, and we understand it might suck waiting, a week to 2 weeks to get your photos back. So here's a little snippet of how you looked on that day. So I would just like to call Vincent out on that one because I love that he does that. I don't even remember when you started that, but I just love it.
I don't remember when I first started doing that, but I would not be able to do that without her. So that's why we work so great together as a duo.
Why? Because my scary driving?
No, because you do drive.
I do drive.
You'll drive, and we're both able to get some really amazing shots in different aspects that a lot of times the clients don't even see.
I don't think that any of our clients ever know that we're doing behind the scenes.
No, never. And it's because we do it in a way because we found that if you try to do it with like your phone and the camera's not in their face, but your phone is, they kind of act a little differently compared to as if you act like you're taking a photo, they act normal. And so I think that's been our little secret sauce. Don't go stealing that now.
That being said, not checking in with clients after shoots, I do have to say that yes, that is what we do. But sometimes we get a little overwhelmed with our workflow.
Yeah.
We always give you an estimate about how long it's going to take so that it's not just like you'll get them when you get them.
Yeah.
But if we aren't, right away giving you a sneak peek maybe on social media, it's just because we have a lot on our plate. We are still thinking about you and we are still like working on your stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like that could be a situation with a lot of busy photographer and videographers. Is that when we are busy, but that you'll always get your photos or your video in the time frame that we told you.
In a timely manner, yeah.
And you'll see us on social media doing sneak peeks. And hey, maybe you'll see us doing a sneak peek of another shoot and not yours. Well, at least you know that we're working.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I get that though. I couldn't imagine like doing a shoot and then just not giving them any confirmation when they're going to get it.
Yeah.
Anything at all. I would be kind of antsy.
Number 6. And this happened to us.
Oh.
For 1 second.
1 second.
Technical issues, malfunctioning equipment. Now, we spend the night before a wedding, we spend hours charging our equipment, cleaning our equipment, organizing our equipment, formatting cards,
double
checking and making sure that we have absolutely everything that we need. So day of wedding, we could pack the car up and head to you right away. We had an instance where we had issues with 2 SD cards.
At a wedding.
Okay. Now, for those of you who don't know, 2 SD cards.
Memory chips.
Her camera and my camera both come with dual SD card slots.
Which, if you are getting married, I highly
recommend
making sure that you have a photographer or a videographer that has dual.
It's important because if something were to happen to say...
Like this instant we're about to tell you.
Yeah, but it's important to book a photographer or videographer who has dual SD card slots because if they're shooting with a camera that only has one SD card slot and something happens to that SD card, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
You're done. So I'm going to show you real quick what a dual SD card slot. You stay here.
I feel like this is kind of tricky though as well because malfunctioning equipment is still equipment. Okay, so right now you're going to look at... There you go. Okay, he's opening it up. And there's 2 slots. So in those 2 slots, we will have 2 SD cards. We do that specifically for weddings, quinceañeras, events, where things that you cannot get back ever. We'll always have 2 SD cards in there. The issue that we had at this wedding, that was my camera. Now he's showing you his. That's your battery.
No, reverse it. The other one is mine.
That's not mine.
That one is my camera over there.
No, it wasn't. Was it?
Mine had the cage on it.
I'm so confused.
Okay, this is yours.
Why does it have a cage on it?
What is this? Okay.
That's a battery?
Let me get the microphone. All right. I feel like Jerry Springer right now. Okay, look, the last camera that I just showed you, that one was my camera. That's the Sony A7 Mark IV. That one has a cage on it. Now,
Oh, that's not my
this one
camera.
that I have right now in my hand, this is our old camera. This is Reese's old camera, but this has one of my old cages on it for protection purposes. Okay, so the other one was dual SIM. This one is a single SIM. We're not looking at the battery. We're looking at this right here, right there. You see how just that one slot? So if anything happens to the SD cards that's in that one slot, all the photos and all the footage is gone.
Sorry, I didn't know you had the 6400 in your hand.
Thank you for my TED Talk.
Okay, so what happened at this specific
Back to our program.
wedding was that I did in fact have two.
Is this yours?
No, that was yours that you got out of the fridge this morning. Work. I did in fact have two SD cards in the camera. What happened was they did not format correctly in the beginning of the wedding, and right when we got to the wedding, it was go, 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 go time, and I didn't have a chance to double check. I learned my lesson. And so about halfway through the day, I noticed that all of my photos were not showing up on the camera. Little bit of a panic, little bit of hyperventilation. And it was a good hour of just shooting and hoping that all of the rest of my photos were just not showing up on the camera, but they were in there.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until we got to
Family photos.
No, that's when it happened. That's when I figured out.
Oh, it wasn't until couple photos then.
It wasn't until we got back and it was time to eat that we got to like take a break and actually look, like take the memory cards out and plug them in and see if all of our stuff was on it, and everything was there on one of them. I already explained the fact that nothing was showing up.
Yeah.
And then I forgot to format.
So what happened was
I just explained this.
So what happened was that she was having difficulties with her camera. Now, we were doing the family shots, right? You explained that this all happened during the family shots.
I said it was halfway through the wedding.
It was during family shots.
I'm going to get a Diet Coke.
Huh?
I'm going to get a Diet Coke.
You don't want that one?
No, it's warm.
And so what happened is that I had... So normally for video, family shots, a lot of times are just filler footage. It's just in case I need to fill in certain spots or whatever of a wedding film. I'll use family portraits. And so she was having difficulty with her camera. I took my camera off the stabilizer and gave it to her to make sure that we were able to get those family shots.
Correct.
But
so when we got back and after we ate dinner, we were finally able to check. I would be lying if I said I wasn't shaking, terrified to look, because that would be, the whole getting ready ceremony.
I was calm
gone.
as a butterfly.
Not me. And when I went to go check, one of the two SD cards had all of the photos. The other one did not, which means one of them did crash.
Stranger danger.
So that is the importance of having two SD cards.
So in that case, if you are in a situation like that where, if you are in a situation, if you are in a situation like that where something does happen to the other SD card and you only have one SD card, you need to have hard drives. We have multiple hard drives. We have 4 hard drives. You need to connect to it right when you get home and put all the photos that you have on that or video onto that hard drive. That way you have a second backup. If you have a second hard drive, put it on that one too. That way you have 3 backups.
Yeah.
Just in case something happens. But it's definitely important to shoot with 2 SD cards and to back it up once you do get home.
So that being said, if you aren't shooting with 2 SD cards and it does malfunction, you have to tell the bride or groom or the client, and that could make somebody ghost you in the future, or their family and friends ghost you in the future, if you do have a serious malfunction and you did not have a backup plan.
Yeah.
So that's that. And 7 is personal reasons.
Personal reasons.
And we'll never know.
Stuff happens.
We'll just never know.
Stuff just happens.
We just, all of a sudden, they become a distant memory because they never talk to us again, and then they make us.
Not much you can do with that.
Nope.
So, number 8, competitive market. Client finds other photographer with lower prices.
Let them go.
We essentially just went over that a couple of
Mhm.
minutes ago. So
Just let them go.
Let it go.
Let it go. And maybe one day they'll come back to us. And if not, good for them. Everyone needs to find their preferred photographer or videographer. And if that's not us, then it's not us. We're not for everybody. We should be, though, because we're really fun.
Yes, ma'am.
But it is what it is.
Question: how do we cope with being ghosted?
Cry hysterically. Just kidding.
We curl up in a ball for about 4 days with our thumb in our mouth,
and nobody can hear from us. And we
gain about 35 pounds.
we don't even talk to each other, and we're in the same room.
That's falsification. No, ma'am, we don't do that.
No, we just move on. We stay professional.
Always stay professional.
Yeah.
Always follow up. Always evaluate if things do mess up, whatever, go back, evaluate your approach.
Mhm.
Maybe you messed up on something. Go back over the texts or start thinking about, maybe the phone calls you guys had and just start thinking about it, evaluate it, and grow from that. The only place you can go from at that point is up. So
You learn from it.
yes, ma'am. And always stay positive.
Yeah.
Stuff's going to happen. You're going to get denied.
Does that mean you can't have a moment to be upset?
Yeah, have a moment.
Have
Everybody
a
can
moment
have a
to
moment.
be upset if you want to, especially if you've put a lot of time and effort into this
Yep.
specific client.
Yep.
You have every right to be upset. Just don't let it. I would say don't let it tear you down for too long, because then you're missing opportunities to go and find your next client that is the perfect match for you. So don't sit in it, is what I would say.
Yeah. Yes. And then number 5, if all of those fail, if you go through all of those things, you make sure you always follow up, you evaluate your approach, you learn from the experience, always stay positive, and things still do fail, move on. You'll be good to go. Sometimes it's just not a fit. So
Yeah.
There you go.
How far have we gotten with a client and thought things were going good only to be ghosted?
Well, I think we've done it all. We've done weddings. We've done we delivered all the photos, all the video.
Oh, you're talking about that kind of ghosted? Don't even get
it's
me
just
started.
Everything's going good. They want to talk, and then you send the photos. Beep. Flatline.
We've had it where they're literally messaging us like once a week.
It happens.
Like, hey, where's our stuff? And we're like, hey, look at the contract. It's not time yet. We don't want to rush. We don't say it like that. And then we're like, okay, we've been talking to them a lot. Like, okay, it's time. We're going to send everything. We feel good about it. We're nervous. We're like, all right, let's see what they say. And we don't even get a thank you. So
No.
it is what it is.
It happens, but
That being said, we've gone all of that way. We've also gotten to the point where they're like, yes, I want to book with you. Send me your deposit information and your availability. Send them availability. They pick a date. Send them deposit. And they're like, thank you so much. And then
bye.
they just never.
Adios.
They just never do anything. Then we have people that are like, hey, send us your pricing. And we're like, okay, here's our pricing. And then bye. So we've had every stage,
Bye.
I feel like. Every stage. Like, oh, I want to bring you guys out of state to do our wedding.
We've gotten it from as low as hello. We respond back, ghosted, to here's all of the photos, all of the video. We had such a great time. It was an honor capturing your wedding. Ghosted. So we've been at the lowest, we've been at the highest. So we've gone through it.
Yeah. We've had even like, oh, I'm waiting to get paid next week, and then we'll give you the deposit for our wedding. And it's like, okay, great. And then
75 years later, still waiting on that deposit.
still waiting. So we've been on every stage, and I'm sure a lot of business owners have been too. Does it ever get less frustrating? No.
No.
We do move on faster now than I feel like we did then.
Yeah.
It's always just a little frustrating.
It
I feel like it's more frustrating for us the longer we talk to somebody or
Yeah.
take the time out or
Yeah.
work for somebody. But
How do business owners feel when they are ghosted? Did you mean to write that as how do we feel?
No, like in general, like if we were telling them like how us as business owners feel and how we assume other business owners, like, so this is more to the client than to other business owners. Like we're trying to tell them how we feel when you ghost us.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would say we get a little confused. We also read through every single exchange that we've had with this person. Trying to figure out if we went wrong, if the vibes were just not on.
Yep.
I just don't think it feels really good to be ghosted. Whether you're in a business
It
or a
never feels
relationship
good
or a
if you're
friendship.
Correct. It never feels good.
But just don't do that to business owners. Just communicate. And it doesn't take that long to just be like, hey, thanks for your time. Like, we're going to pass this time.
Takes a couple seconds.
Takes a couple seconds. And then we'll leave you alone, we promise.
All right.
You have a more chance of us leaving you alone if you say that than if you just stop responding to us, because then we're like, hey, just checking in, or, you know, like you have a better chance of us just like not talking to you anymore.
Yeah.
If you tell us literally that you don't want to talk to us anymore.
You can ask the next question. She wrote these next couple questions, so. Actually, I'll ask.
Have we ever ghosted a potential client?
We'd be lying if we said no.
But always for a good reason. Our entire business, I feel like, is on communication. So if your communication's off, or we feel like we're just not meshing with each other,
it's not the vibe.
It's not the vibe. It's just not the vibe. We like to have a good time with our clients. And if you start conversations just like with like 15 questions,
yeah,
and none of them sound very nice.
No.
Like they're like a little
it's
demeaning.
Almost like we're under like interrogation. Like the bad cop just walked into the room.
Yeah.
And here we are sitting there, and they're throwing the whole book at us, and we're answering, with
like
good
we're being
answers
professional and we're answering you. But like if you're still just giving us like this like cold shoulder, we might not be like as inclined to respond to you quickly.
We're watching this docuseries right now. And it was the bad cop was in the room with the suspect, and he out of nowhere just started grilling the poor guy. Now
he wasn't even a suspect, he was a victim.
He wasn't a suspect, and that's what I thought of.
Yeah.
That's it.
The only other time that I feel like ghosting a potential client, I mean, we've done it in that sense. But also if we've already like say worked with a client and
it's not the vibe.
The vibes were off. We may not, hairstylists I know do it all the time. They will fire clients.
Yeah.
It hasn't happened often. It's only been a few times.
Yeah.
Or like maybe like you're like taking like 2 weeks at a time to respond to us. And like we're like reaching out to you being like, hey, how's it going? Maybe we'll just stop doing that. Hey. And then eventually like the communication will just get lost. But that you have to be pretty interesting for us to do that.
Yeah. Yep.
But
definitely in character.
Definitely in character.
What would we recommend doing rather than ghosting someone? We already pretty much answered that question earlier.
Taking 10 seconds out of your day just to be like, hey,
thank you. Or,
we appreciate it, but we're going to pass this time.
Yeah.
So all in all, we just recommend you saying something. Just say something. Don't just like disappear. We think you're dead. Just say something.
One of the things, and this isn't on our thing, but one of the things I would say to help not get ghosted is to put yourself directly in front of the client.
How can you?
So we've been thinking about that. And so we ordered something. I want to make sure it's still recording. So we ordered something. And we're going to show you right now. We actually ordered 2 things. One of them is what we're talking about right now. So I'm going to put my laptop down. I'm going to have you.
This actually falls in line with one of our latest episodes.
Yes, sir.
I think our last episode, actually.
Yes, sir. So you're going to...
I'm here.
Can we do this one here? I don't think we could.
I don't even know if it's going to... I think it might take up the entire screen. We can try. All right, everybody. Introducing Snap Duos.
How are you gonna do this?
I'm just going to pull out this way.
All right, here we go.
Hold on. I have to put my mic down.
Here we go. Oh my goodness gracious. Take a look at that. Snap Duo's first official official sign, banner, whatever you want to call it. So let's see here. Bend it down. There you go. A little bit. No, bend it down. Yeah. Did you make the cut? Let's see. I mean, if you didn't make the cut, don't worry about it. Put your side down. You're so high right now.
If you didn't make the cut,
You're so high, dude.
if you didn't make the cut, we realized after the fact that we forgot a few.
Yes, but this is our first official sign. We're very proud of it.
Doesn't it look pretty?
This will be used in our when we do wedding expos and a couple different stands. This is going to help us get directly in front of a client and stop ghosting once and for all. And this
Facts.
could possibly be your answer to not being ghosted anymore.
I mean, this would stop me dead in my tracks.
So we're very proud of it. We're very excited for it.
And maybe we'll post a photo of it on our story tomorrow or today when this comes out so that you guys can see a better look at it.
And we also have a couple other things.
How are we gonna roll this back up?
Yeah, let me roll it back up. Reese is just gonna sing you a happy dance.
Happy birthday to you. I don't know whose birthday it is. But isn't it nice, guys? We did a few of our weddings on there. It's all wedding. We missed a few of our weddings and we felt bad afterwards. But we love it. It turned out so great. Can I have my Diet Coke back?
Yes, ma'am. All right.
Thank you.
One of the other things that we were doing, so one of the things that we have come to the conclusion in the last probably about 6 months is that gear can be extremely expensive and things for your business can start to add up. So one of the things that we found was Amazon resignment, or what the heck is it called?
Like Overstock, Amazon Overstock and
at
returns.
Amazon. All right. And so
they have these like stores. They're
Yeah.
popping up all over the United States.
yeah.
And they're just like big bins of like cheap stuff.
So right now we're starting to book a whole bunch of graduation sessions, and one of the things that we're finding that all the parents have in common is that their kids don't have their gown and cap yet. So,
But they want to do their senior pictures early so that they have enough time to do announcements and things like that, but they don't have their cap and gown.
a brand new store just opened up right next to us. We were in there, and we were able to get a cap with the updated thing 2024. There you go. And we were also able to get a gown.
A gown. We felt like this was perfect, and it's also
These
black.
are washed. Don't worry about it. Everything has been sanitized. Everything is clean.
We liked the
Even
fact
though
that
it came in a package that was sealed.
we liked the fact that it was black because it's pretty universal.
Very universal.
So say even if your colors are
Teal. Red.
you
Purple.
can still use a black cap and gown. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Now we have that in case your senior needs a cap and gown.
Yes. And yeah, we didn't buy anything else.
I mean, I got a lot of stuff this weekend. We went to what was it called?
Pins and Patches. We went to Pins and Patches. If you're
At the Pomona
if you're
Fairfax.
still watching, thank you for watching this far. But we went to Pins and Patches. Reese's dad is on a kick right now. He wants to get as many patches as humanly possible to fill up a jacket as fast as possible. So yeah, we went there. It was a great time. Reese got a whole bunch of stuff. She has a new necklace that she just bought.
My lucky number is 3, and everything is like 333 or 333. And so I got a cute little necklace that has 333 on it, and I'm obsessed. And I also copied Vincent. What?
What'd you copy? Oh,
And I got the hat he's wearing, but for a girl, so that we can match.
I've been a big fan of the Dodgers for years. And she's finally switching over.
No.
On let's see.
This is a lifestyle, sir.
Yes. Something else that we've done is we've been working hard on changing our business. We just
Rebranding a little bit.
we just completely redid all of our wedding packages, and we made it.
Yeah.
It's going to be so much easier once. So if you're watching this and you haven't gotten married yet and you're looking to book one, book with us so that you can see all this new
Yeah.
stuff.
It's so exciting.
You know?
We're just working like a lot. I don't know. We have so many good things coming up and that we're working on.
We sent out a shoot today. We're going to send out another shoot tomorrow.
We sent out photo video today.
We're working on another wedding right now. We have a shoot coming up this weekend. We got a lot of exciting stuff happening.
We have a lot of stuff planned that we're really excited about.
Yes.
I love my business partner.
Yes, sir.
He's just the best. I have an idea.
Okay.
I put it on our thing. So I was thinking about this earlier, and I thought instead of Snapped, because I don't know if anyone has been here since season 1, we've kind of gotten rid of Snapped.
If not, go back and watch.
We do something else at the end of every episode that's kind of like a weekly check-in.
Okay.
Where I will come up with a question every week for you.
Uh-oh.
And I'll answer the question as well.
So do you have the first question?
I'll think about it while I'm talking.
Uh-oh.
It's just like a weekly question. So whether it's about business or personal, just like a check-in with ourselves. This can also help with like to-dos that we may have, ideas that we have for the podcast. And I thought that would be a really fun thing to incorporate since we've gotten rid of Snapped.
Well, we can definitely start that. We can, if you don't have a question right now, we can definitely start that next week.
Okay, hold on. Let me think.
What is
Sing a song or something. Okay, I have one. You're gonna make me forget it now. For example, okay, so I could say, Vincent, what is one thing that we've done in the last month, so say the first week of March, that you are most excited about?
I would say Bridal Expos.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Bridal Expos 100% because we like getting in front of clients. You know, the whole phone thing and stuff. We just went through the whole thing about being ghosted, and I feel like the chances of being ghosted are significantly lower
when they get to like know our personality.
When they get to see us and interact with us in person.
Yeah. I would say my favorite thing that we've done in this last week or so, month of March, would be our rebranding photos that we did, just because you know how badly I wanted them to look a certain way, and I finally achieved it. So.
And they turned out absolutely fantastic.
So,
everybody loves them. We love them. It's my new Apple Watch background. It's my phone background. I think we'll be changing our profile picture to that. So if you made it this far, you get an insight on what's going on before everyone else gets to see it.
I would just say that was probably the most exciting thing from March so far, just because it took a lot.
And it was a lot of fun, and Dad took those photos for us.
Ooh, we didn't say that yet.
We didn't say that yet?
No, nobody knows that. Yes. Dad was our assistant for the day. We did all the editing, but yeah. We put all the camera settings the way we needed it to be, and
we told him just click this button.
Let him have fun.
Yep.
So thank you, Dad.
He did a fantastic job, and thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So
thank you.
Yes.
So yeah, that might be something that we do every week, and I'll have a whole week to think about it. Week after week, and it's just a daily check-in or a weekly check-in, I guess.
Yeah.
Of goals and
communication,
because communication is key.
Difficult questions as well. Maybe next week will be a very difficult question.
Okay.
Oh snap! Ooh. So make sure you do tune in for next week so you can get the inside scoop. I'm sick of this darn wire. So with that, if you've made it this far, we greatly appreciate you.
Yes, we do.
Anyone else who is watching, if you are not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, go ahead and click the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell to get notified when we release a new video. If you want to do that part, go ahead.
If you're not already following us on Instagram, go ahead and look there where you may see behind the scenes and our latest weddings.
Sneak peeks.
Yes, and you can follow us at SNAPPDUO. Snap Duo.
That's us.
You get to see our really nice new photos we just did.
You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Spotify.
Boom.
We tried the whole Twitter thing. Didn't work out. So we gave up on it.
It's not even Twitter anymore. It's X.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.